started. Jumbi. Cheer up. Keep right. Back to Jumbi. And also keep in mind during the video or after the video if you're watching this in the future, if you ever have any questions, never hesitate to leave them. Right now when we're doing this, if you have a question, please feel free to type. Today we're going to be going over balance. In the last few weeks I've done a lot of footwork drills. I've done a lot of stance drills and forms. But one of the most important aspects to any fight is balance. You can't stand, you can't fight. Balance is key. I love takedowns. I'm a takedown guy. My goal in almost any fight is to take their balance. You take their balance, easier to take down. One of the failings or one of the hardships that a lot of new students have when it comes to the martial arts, whether it be kicking or moving, is their balance. Learning how to shift that weight. So that's what we're going to do tonight, is work on a few drills that you can do at home to help improve your balance. So, one of the simplest drills that you can do, this was one that Bruce Lee did, this is one that I've done for years. It's unconventional to say the least, but I feel it's been the most beneficial because I have really good balance. It's very simple. When you get dressed in the morning, you get dressed on one foot. Think about it. That is an exercise that you do it every day anyway. You get out of bed, you get dressed. You're gonna get dressed anyway. Why not work out while you're doing it? So it's simple, as you're getting dressed, stand on one foot. A lot of us, when we practice balance, we stand on one foot, pick a point, and stare. And that's our idea of balance training. Frankly, that's easy. Anybody can do that. Now, when you make the drill even harder is move your head. Maintain your balance while you're moving your head. That makes it more difficult. Then make it more difficult, maintain your balance, close your eyes. But once again, you're stationary, you're not moving. Martial arts, you don't move, you die. It's just that simple. Our livelihood depends on us moving. So that is a good drill, yes, for isometric training. But we're martial artists, we move. So as you're sitting there getting dressed on one foot, what are you doing? You're shifting your body weight, you're moving it around, you're taking your center, moving it left, right, forward, backwards, and that's what we're leading into. For the most part, everybody has these at home. You can get them with air, without air, it's up to you. But one of the biggest drills that you can do to balance is shifting your body weight. Once again, notice I'm taking my center line and I'm putting it on one edge of the tire. I'm taking myself out of that balanced state. I don't even know if you can see me now. My head's probably out of the camera. I don't know. No, we look good. I'm only a little bit out. Anyway, stand on the edge of the tire. You can feel the tire coming up and off the ground, and just stand there. When you start feeling comfortable, look around. When you start losing your balance, don't hesitate to put your foot down. You can practice this up against the wall so that if you do start losing your balance, you can place your hand on the wall just to get balance. If you have something along the lines of couch cushions, couch cushions are another great way to maintain balance. They're giving underneath your feet, moving around, and that's pretty much it. You just stand there, focus on that balance. But you have to, how do I put this? Be the worst you that you can be. Be the worst you that you can be. What do I mean by that is you don't want to practice balance in a stationary stance. This is good. You don't want to do this. So, if you have something at home, if you're at home right now, grab a couch cushion. And just stand on it, on either side, rocking back and forth. Do this for a couple seconds. Feeling that weight shifting from one foot to the other, feeling your dantian going off that center line. Now, do that for a couple minutes. Once again, feeling the calf, feeling the individual muscles in your feet, rocking forward and backwards. Like I said, if you have an empty tire, that would be great. There's a lot more give in there, but there is still structure behind it. And then when you're ready, you stand on one foot, hands up. If you're having trouble balancing, once again, have a wall, place your hand on the wall, find a point, stare at that point. When you get comfortable with this, close your eyes. Stand on one. Balance drills are just like any other exercise. You're working the muscle groups involved with that balance. So, the last thing you want to do is overdo it. Also, the last thing you want to do is underdo it. You need to challenge the muscle groups, make them work. But there is a point of diminishing returns where you're just beating the crap out of that muscle group, like I said, your Achilles, your calf, your feet in general, where you're doing a lot more damage than you are getting benefit from. So, please take these drills, make them your own. Once again, any questions, please feel free to leave them. But balance is key. You can't stand, you can't fight. The other thing I'm going to leave you with, if you find yourself practicing kicks, because I get this all the time. I get this all the time. How do I improve my balance during my kicks? And frankly, I get tired of giving the same answer. It sounds mean and condescending, but I always tell them, you got to just keep practicing. Because frankly, that is how you're going to improve your kicks. Practice, practice, practice. Now, that being said, if you find yourself really having difficulties, like every kick you throw, you have no point or you have no choice but to fall forward or fall backwards, and you're always losing your balance, lower your back. Lower your back. It's better to throw a perfect kick low than a sloppy kick high. Height will come, speed will come, power will come. Technique, technique, technique. So if you find yourself having really off-balance high kicks, then practice on a lower bob until you feel comfortable, and then work your way up the bag. But guys, other than that, a good class. Work on your balance, write in your journals. Any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Other than that, you all have a great night. Dismissed. Jumbi. Cheer up. Kiwi. Y'all have a good evening.